Yo, YouTube, oh what up? Your boy Denver Blu here with a brand new attitude. Welcome to my new series, Life with Denver. So quick intros for those who don't know me. I'm Denver, I'm 23 years old. This is my family. My mum, my dad, my big sister Tracy, our doggo Bobo, and I love them all to bits occasionally. I'm from Meerjin or Brisbane, Australia. I'm an artist. I've been making loud, coherent sounds since I was in preschool. I'm gonna make it one day, but I know that sounds cocky, but I really do believe in myself. I used to dream of being a professional rugby player. I fell out of love with the sport though after my first music festival. I haven't looked back since. Since then, I've been in a band, almost failed out of school, worked as a labourer, been in sales, done bar work, pulled my shit together and lost it, pulled my shit back together and lost it, pulled my shit back together, and guess what? Lost it. I'm still working on that if I'm honest. I describe myself as a jack of all trades but master of one. I split from my band last year and started working on my dream of becoming an independent recording artist. Anyway, that's a quick insight to me, but as the series goes on, I'm sure we'll get to know each other much better. Got a long journey ahead, and I'm excited to share every step with you. So, at the end of 2021, my sister had her first child, got married, and my mother took me aside and said, "Travis, I wanted to travel before I had kids. Your sister, she wanted to travel before she had kids. So, don't waste your time." Sorry, Mom. I made notes to see as much of this world as I possibly could. And that's what I'm here doing. So I decided to make up a plan to travel around the country. I wanted to spend a few months on the road, see the country of my birth, and really center myself before I make this charge at the beast that is the music industry. So, week 1. So far so good. I left last Sunday. First day, I decided to get as far away from home as possible. I drove 12 hours north to a remote national park, Homevale National Park. I arrived at 11 PM and slowly realized I was the only one in the park. I set up camp and slept the night. Next day I woke up and realized I was in the middle of nowhere. I was in paradise all alone. Second day I was feeling a bit sad and lonely. I wrote a couple songs, reflected on home, and I cried for about 2 hours. It wasn't a sad cry, but a bit of like an emotional release, and I think I actually needed it. Third day, I woke up feeling amazing. I decided it was time to head to the coast. So I packed my shit, got back on the road and drove another 5 hours north to a town near Bowen. I stopped off on the way and took a couple photos of the popular holiday spot Hamilton Island, here it is, and crashed the rest of the night at a rest spot just off the M1. Fourth day, feeling great again, and explored the local area, finding a spot near the Upstart National Park, played guitar for a few hours, and I went back to the same rest spot I stayed the night before. That is when I met Eric. Eric is an interesting man. We traded stories, we had a few drinks, we made some music together, and it turns out Eric's pretty cool. He'd been learning the saxophone, which was a dream of his since he was 7 years old. Day 5, Eric and I woke up a little bit dusty. He made me a coffee and we went down the road to a very quiet spot where no one could hear us and let the music rip. Again, we traded songs, stories, and philosophy. This time we were out there for about 6 hours. This was my favorite part of the trip so far. I took this video of Eric and then we parted ways. I drove another 3 hours north that day to another free camp spot 30 minutes north of Townsville. This was my first night falling asleep to crashing waves, staying about 30 meters from the beachfront. Day 6, I woke up in a different kind of paradise. I didn't hang around long here, but I left early in the morning. That day, I felt a bit off, so I decided to treat myself to a couple stops at some ridiculously beautiful natural spots. Like this one, Big Crystal Creek in the Coolma Ranges National Park. This was an absolute must-do for anyone that's going through the area. I forgot to take my camera, so I've only got these like Instagram videos, but make sure you go there. It's ridiculous. That night, I kept driving north and stayed at Bingle Bay, which is just north of Mission Beach. I actually saw a family of wild cassowaries that day, and they blew my mind. I slept like a baby that night, and then woke up to this on day 7. I threw on some Coldplay, and I continued to drive north the next day. I picked up my Frenchman Ish from Innisfail, and we made it to Cairns that afternoon. So that brings us here. I'm in Cairns for another week, then it's back on the road with Ish, and we are heading westaways. So thank you all for keeping up and watching. Don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram. If you want to keep up with my daily updates, that's pretty much the only place I'm putting them out. And I hope from the bottom of my heart you have a great week. Enjoy this short clip of me playing Mac DeMarco's Still Beating. I'll see you all next week. Peace and love. Denver Blu, baby.
I'm never meant to make you cry, but now I'm seeing tears in your eyes. Half and half, it's a make-believe, and so she thought that my heart was on my sleeve. Honey, I cried, do better believe it. Honey, my heart still beats for you, even though you don't feel it. Yeah. I never thought some silly tunes could ever go and hurt someone like you. I never meant to sing my tune for anyone else in this world but you. Honey, I cried too. You better believe it. Darling, my heart still beats for